before you do anything else, before you try to sleep, before you try to stop your thoughts, just notice where you are. The quiet of the room around you, the soft weight of the air, the gentle way your body is already beginning to rest. Even if your mind hasn't fully caught up yet, there is nothing you need to fix tonight. Nothing you need to solve. Nothing waiting for an answer. You are allowed to rest first. Imagine now that the world outside has slowed into winter. Not a harsh winter, but the kind that softens edges and quiets sounds. Snow falls without urgency. Streetlights glow like small, patient moons. Every surface seems wrapped in calm, somewhere far from hurry and noise. There exists a railway line that only truly belongs to the night. It runs through forests where branches bow gently under snow, past empty stations where clocks tick softly, never rushing time forward. And on this railway, once each night, a train arrives. No whistle, no rumble, no sharp metallic cry against the cold. It arrives without a sound. This is the winter mail train, a train that does not carry urgency or expectation. It does not deliver demands. It does not bring pressure. Instead, it carries letters written slowly, thoughtfully, sometimes never sent until now. Letters filled with things people could not say during the day. Words meant for forgiveness, for closure, for warmth. As you listen, you don't need to picture every detail clearly. Your mind doesn't need to work. Let the images drift in and out, like snowflakes passing a window. Some you notice, some simply melt away. Your breathing can soften here. Your shoulders can loosen. Your thoughts are allowed to slow into longer spaces between them. Tonight's story moves gently. It does not rush toward an ending. It wanders calmly and patiently, the way sleep itself does. And as the winter mail train glides silently through the night, you are invited to travel with it, not as a passenger who must stay awake, but as someone who can rest while being carried. Nothing sharp will happen here. Nothing loud. Nothing demanding. Only snow, only quiet rails. Only the soft reassurance that for this moment you are safe and you can let go. When you're ready, without effort, the story will begin. The night is already deep when the railway station appears. Not suddenly, not sharply, It reveals itself the way calm does, slowly, patiently, as if it has always been waiting for you to notice. You find yourself standing on a small wooden platform tucked between snow-covered pines. The world here feels hushed in a way that goes beyond sound. Even the wind seems to move more carefully, brushing past rather than pushing. A single lantern hangs beneath the station roof, its warm amber light spreading softly across the snow. It doesn't flicker. It simply glows, steady and kind. You notice how the cold doesn't bite here. It rests gently against your skin, like a reminder rather than a warning. Your breath drifts out in slow, pale clouds, each one dissolving almost as soon as it forms. This station has no crowds, no announcements, no urgency. A wooden bench sits nearby, lightly dusted with snow, as if inviting rest rather than waiting. Beside it stands an old clock mounted to a post. Its ticking is quiet, unhurried, the sound of time that has nowhere else to be. Somewhere in the distance, beyond the trees, railway tracks curve gently into darkness. They don't gleam sharply. Snow has softened their edges, turning metal into something almost peaceful. You realize there is no expectation here that you should know where you are going. You are simply here, and then, without warning yet without surprise, the air changes. Not colder, not heavier, just fuller. As if the night has taken a deeper breath. There is no whistle, no vibration beneath your feet, no echo rolling through the trees. But the train arrives. It glides into the station so quietly that at first you wonder if it has always been there. The winter mail train is long and dark, its sides painted a deep midnight blue that almost blends into the night itself. Small windows line the cars, each glowing softly from within, warm squares of light floating through the snow. The wheels do not screech, the rails do not complain. The train simply stops. Snow continues to fall undisturbed. A door opens somewhere along the carriage, its movement gentle, careful, as though it does not wish to interrupt your thoughts. Warm air spills out briefly, carrying the faint scent of paper, ink, and something comforting, like old libraries and quiet rooms. You feel no need to hurry toward it. This train does not leave people behind. As you step closer, you notice details that feel strangely intimate. The paintwork is worn in places, smoothed by years rather than damaged by them. Brass handles glow softly beneath the lantern light, warm to the touch despite the cold night. Inside, shelves line the walls, not for luggage, but for letters. Thousands of envelopes rest there, sorted with gentle care. Some are new and crisp, others are yellowed, edges softened by time. Each one seems to carry a quiet weight, not heavy, but meaningful. No one rushes you. No conductor calls out destinations. You sense, rather than hear, that this train travels not by distance, but by readiness. Some letters are meant to be delivered tonight. Some are meant simply to ride the rails a little longer. As you step fully inside, the door closes behind you without a sound. The warmth settles around you like a blanket. And for the first time in a long while, your thoughts feel as if they have somewhere safe to sit. The train does not move yet. It waits, as if honoring the stillness you've carried with you, and gently preparing to take it somewhere quieter. Inside the train, the quiet feels different from the quiet outside. It is warmer here, more intentional. The kind of quiet that has been arranged carefully, like a room prepared just for rest. Soft lamps line the ceiling, their light diffused through frosted glass, casting a gentle glow that smooths shadows instead of sharpening them. The floor beneath your feet is wooden, polished by years of slow footsteps, each plank carrying a faint warmth. You move down the aisle without effort, without thought. The train seems to guide you subtly, kindly. Along the walls, the shelves of letters stretch farther than you first realized. They curve gently with the carriage, disappearing into the distance, as though the train itself is longer on the inside than it appears from the platform. Each envelope is different. Some are tied with thin string, some sealed with wax softened by age. Others are simple. Plain paper, careful handwriting, no embellishment at all. You don't feel curious in a sharp way. There is no urge to open anything. Instead, you feel a sense of recognition. These letters are not demanding to be read. They are resting. A small table sits beside one of the windows, holding a wooden tray with a teapot and 2 cups. Steam curls upward lazily, barely visible, carrying the faint aroma of herbs and warmth. You notice that the tea never seems to cool, as if time moves differently around it. You sit without thinking, seat cushions beneath you are firm but forgiving, shaped by countless quiet journeys. When you lean back, your body settles naturally, as though it has practiced this position many times before. Outside the window, snow drifts past slowly. The train has begun to move. Not with a jolt, not with a sound. Only the subtle shift of the world beyond the glass tells you that the station is slipping away, trees gliding backward like a painting gently pulled aside. The motion is so smooth that your breath adjusts before your thoughts do. In and out, your shoulders lower, your jaw softens. You realize something important, something deeply reassuring. This train does not rush toward its destination. It travels at the speed of comfort. Across from you, another shelf holds letters sorted not by place, but by feeling. You don't see labels, but you sense them anyway. Letters of gratitude, letters of forgiveness, letters that were never sent because the moment never felt right. They are all here, held, carried, never judged. You notice one envelope in particular resting slightly apart from the others. Its paper is thicker, its edges rounded and smooth. It is addressed simply, without a name. You do not reach for it. You don't need to. Just knowing it exists feels enough. Like remembering something kind about yourself that you forgot for a while. The train hums now, barely audible. Not a mechanical sound, but something closer to breath. A steady presence beneath everything else. The windows fog slightly, softening the world beyond them even further. Snowlight reflects faintly inside, mingling with the warm lamps until inside and outside feel gently connected rather than separate. You sip the tea. It tastes familiar, not specific, but comforting. Like evenings spent safe indoors, while winter pressed quietly against the windows. Like conversations that didn't require answers. As you drink, the thoughts you brought with you begin to loosen. Not vanish, not forcefully disappear. They simply take a seat. Each one finds a place where it no longer needs to speak so loudly. The train continues onward, passing through forests, valleys, and open stretches of snow. Covered land. You don't need to know where exactly you are. This journey isn't about arrival. It's about being carried. Somewhere farther down the carriage, you sense others not as people, but as presences. each resting in their own quiet corner, wrapped in the same gentle stillness, sharing the night without intruding upon it. No one speaks. No one needs to. The winter mail train knows how to hold silence without making it heavy. As your eyes begin to feel comfortably tired, you realize that this is only the beginning of the journey. There is more warmth ahead, more calm, more space to let go, and the train continues silent, steady, patient, carrying letters and carrying you through the softest part of the night. The movement of the train becomes easier to feel now, not through sound, not through vibration, but through rhythm, a steady, gentle rhythm that your body begins to follow without asking permission. Your breathing aligns with it, slow, even, unforced. The lamps above seem a little warmer than before, as if they've noticed you settling in. Their glow spreads across the wooden walls, revealing fine lines in the grain, marks left by years of quiet journeys and careful hands. You notice that the shelves of letters are no longer just lining the walls. They continue into adjoining cars, each one slightly different, yet carrying the same calm intention. Some shelves are tall and narrow, others low and wide, creating soft variations in the space that invite the eyes to wander without effort. The train curves gently through the landscape, and the snow outside shifts direction, now drifting diagonally, now falling straight down like slow, moving stars. You feel a subtle warmth in your chest, not emotion in a sharp way, but a quiet loosening, as if something inside you has realized it no longer needs to stay alert. You stand and walk again, not because you must, but because moving feels pleasant here. Your footsteps make almost no sound on the wooden floor. The train seems to absorb them, like snow-absorbing footsteps outside. In the next carriage, the air smells faintly different, warmer somehow, touched with notes of cedar, old paper, and something softly sweet. Perhaps cocoa, perhaps memory. A long table runs down the center of this car, covered in neatly arranged stacks of letters, waiting for their moment. Small lamps hang low above the table, each casting its own circle of light, creating islands of calm along the surface. You pause beside one stack. You don't read names or addresses. Instead, you sense what these letters are, words written slowly, often late at night, by people who needed somewhere safe to place their thoughts. Some letters were written during winters like this one, others during summers, remembered now only in ink. This train does not judge the weight of what it carries. Every letter is treated gently. You realize then that the winter mail train doesn't rush because it doesn't need to. It arrives exactly when it should. The thought settles in your mind softly, like snow gathering on a branch without bending it. You return to your seat, feeling slightly heavier in the best possible way, grounded, supported. Outside, the landscape opens into a wide valley. Moonlight reflects off untouched snowfields, turning them into quiet seas of silver. Pines stand still at the edges, their branches bowed but unbroken. The train glides through it all, leaving no tracks that you can see. You notice something else now. Occasionally, as the train moves, a letter on a nearby shelf glows faintly. Just for a moment, not brightly, just enough to be noticed, like a candle seen through frosted glass. Each glow fades quickly, gentle and private. You sense that somewhere, far away, someone has just received something they needed. Not necessarily words, maybe closure, maybe comfort, maybe the simple feeling of being remembered. The train continues. You don't feel left behind. You don't feel ahead of anything. You feel perfectly placed. The seat cradles you as your body relaxes further. Your hands rest easily, fingers no longer holding tension. Even your thoughts seem to stretch out, like they've found a soft surface beneath them. You let your eyes close for a moment. The darkness behind your eyelids is warm, not empty. When you open them again, the lamps seem dimmer. Or perhaps you are simply more relaxed. The winter mail train hums quietly, carrying its precious cargo through the sleeping world. And as it does, it carries something else too. The weight you didn't realize you were holding. Slowly, gently, without a sound. As the train continues its silent journey, time begins to feel different. Not slower, not faster, just softer. Moments stretch gently, like warm fabric, giving you space to settle fully into them. You notice how even your sense of waiting has disappeared. There is nothing ahead that needs your attention. nothing behind that asks to be carried. The winter mail train seems aware of this shift within you. Its movement becomes almost imperceptible now, as if it is gliding not across rails, but across something deeper, a layer of the night reserved only for rest. You lean back again, feeling the subtle curve of the seat supporting your spine exactly where it needs to. The fabric beneath your fingers is thick and worn smooth, holding traces of countless quiet journeys. Before this one, there is comfort in knowing you are not the first to rest here, and that you will not be the last. Outside the window, snow continues to fall in wide, unhurried arcs. Some flakes cling briefly to the glass before melting away, leaving faint trails that disappear just as gently. Your breathing grows slower without instruction, in and out. Each breath carries a quiet sense of arrival. Further down the carriage, a small compartment glows with softer light. You find yourself drawn to it, not by curiosity, but by ease. When you step inside, the air feels warmer, wrapped in the scent of old wood and dried herbs. Here, the letters are stored differently. Instead of shelves, they rest in shallow wooden drawers, each one slightly open, allowing the edges of envelopes to peek out like resting wings. You sense that these letters are older, not in age alone, but in feeling. They hold things people once struggled to say, and things they never needed to say aloud again. You slide one drawer open just a little more. Inside, the letters are arranged without order. No dates, no destinations. They exist together simply because they belong together. You don't read them, but you feel their presence like a quiet chorus of relief. This train has been carrying them for a long time, and somehow it has never grown heavy. You realize then that the winter mail train does not deliver letters in the way ordinary trains do. It carries them until they are ready to be received. Sometimes that moment happens quickly. Sometimes it takes years. Sometimes the journey itself is enough. The thought settles into you gently, loosening something behind your ribs. You return to your seat, bringing with you a calm that feels earned rather than borrowed. The tea beside you has been replaced now, not by movement you noticed, but by care you felt. A fresh cup waits, steam rising in slow spirals as if mirroring the rhythm of your breath. You lift it, warmth seeping into your hands. As you sip, your thoughts begin to change shape. They no longer circle, they drift. Each one floats up gently, then dissolves before it can form words. There is no effort involved. The train seems to carry them away as naturally as it carries letters through the night. The hum beneath everything grows steadier, deeper, not louder, but more reassuring. It reminds you of being rocked gently, of motion that asks nothing in return. Outside, the valley gives way to forest again. Snow-laden branches arch overhead, forming a tunnel of white and shadow. The train glides beneath them, light from the windows brushing softly against bark and snow. You notice that the world outside appears untouched. No footprints, no signs of disturbance. As if this train moves through a version of the night preserved just for rest. You feel yourself sinking further into the seat, body growing heavier, mind lighter. Nothing presses on you here, nothing follows you. The winter mail train continues onward, letter by letter, breath by breath, carrying quiet things through the sleeping world. And somewhere between one gentle moment and the next, you realize you are no longer trying to relax. You simply are. The train continued forward without haste. Its motion so smooth it felt less like traveling and more like drifting. Outside the window, the world had become a soft watercolor of whites and silvers. Snow-covered trees lean toward the tracks, their branches heavy and still, as if listening. Small villages appeared and faded again, a single lamppost glowing amber. A closed shop front dusted with snow, a fence half buried and forgotten until morning. Inside the mail car, time seemed to slow even further. Crates of letters rested quietly along the walls, stacked neatly, each marked only by faint handwriting and simple stamps. No loud labels, no urgency, just destinations written with care. Some envelopes were thick and cream-colored, their edges softened by handling. Others were thin and pale blue, almost translucent, holding only a few lines of ink, perhaps just enough. The caretaker moved calmly between them, his footsteps barely making a sound. He did not rush. He never rushed. He paused often, resting a hand on a crate, as if acknowledging the weight of what it carried. not the paper, but the feeling inside. You noticed something gentle then. There was no sense of burden in this work, no heaviness, only quiet purpose. The caretaker finally spoke again, his voice low and steady, like the hum of the train itself. "Letters," he said softly, "are not messages meant to arrive quickly. They are meant to arrive kindly." He lifted a single envelope from a crate and held it carefully between his fingers. The handwriting was slow and uneven, written by someone who had taken their time. "Some of these," he continued, "were written years ago. Some were delayed by snowstorms, by closed borders, by lives that needed time to change before the words could be received." He placed the envelope back gently. "And some," he added, "were written by people who never expected an answer." The train glided onward. You felt your breath deepen without effort. There was something deeply comforting about the idea that words could wait, that feelings did not expire simply because time passed, that a letter written in honesty would always belong somewhere, even if it arrived late. The caretaker moved to a small desk near the window, where a lantern cast a warm pool of light. He opened a ledger, its pages yellowed and familiar, filled with careful notes written over many winters. "This train," he said, not looking up, "does not carry bills, advertisements, or demands." He turned a page slowly. "It carries apologies that needed courage, gratitude that took years to understand, love that was too quiet to be spoken aloud at the time." The snow outside thickened, falling in slow, lazy spirals. The train made no sound against it. The world simply parted and closed again behind. You felt something loosen inside your chest, a knot you hadn't realized you were holding. The caretaker closed the ledger and leaned back slightly. "Most overthinking," he said gently, "comes from words that were never allowed to finish forming." He looked toward the crates again. These letters finished the thought. Silence settled again, not empty, but full. The heater hummed softly. Somewhere deeper in the train, metal warmed and cooled in quiet rhythm. The lantern flickered just once, then steadied. You imagined the letters inside the crates. A letter from a father who never learned how to say things aloud. A letter from a friend who moved away too quickly. A letter written late at night When the house was quiet and honesty finally felt safe, none of them rushed. None of them demanded to be opened right away. They simply existed. The caretaker stood and began sorting again, humming a tune so faint it barely reached your ears. It was not a melody you recognized, just a series of gentle notes, repeated without pattern like snowfall. As the train crossed a bridge, you noticed the river below, frozen almost completely, moonlight resting on its surface like a sheet, pulled gently into place. The bridge lights glowed dim and steady, reflected in the ice. For a moment, everything aligned. The motion, the warmth, the quiet certainty that nothing was required of you right now. You did not need to think ahead. You did not need to solve anything. You did not need to remember what tomorrow would bring. The caretaker returned and sat across from you, folding his hands loosely. "This is the part of the journey," he said softly, "where most people fall asleep." He smiled, not teasing, simply understanding, because the mind finally realizes. He continued, that it is allowed to rest while meaning carries itself. The train moved on steady and soundless. Snow fell. Lantern light glowed, and somewhere within the quiet motion of steel and winter, every unfinished thought began to feel gently complete. At some point, the train began to slow. Not enough to be noticed at first. Not enough to disturb the calm. Just a subtle easing. Like a deep breath held gently at its fullest, then released a little. Outside the window, the snow grew thicker, each flake floating down with unhurried patience. The world beyond the glass looked softer now, as though edges had been smoothed away by time itself. Distant hills appeared as pale shapes beneath the moon, their outlines blurred, their presence reassuring rather than imposing. The caretaker rose quietly and adjusted the lantern, turning the flame down just slightly. The light became warmer, lower, more intimate. The kind of glow that belongs to late hours, when nothing more is expected of the day. "This is a place we always pass," he said softly, as if speaking to the room rather than to you. "But we never truly stop." You noticed then that the train had entered a wide, open stretch of land. No stations, no buildings, only snow-covered fields stretching outward, uninterrupted, peaceful, endless. wooden posts marked the edge of the tracks, their tops capped with white, like quiet sentinels standing watch. The train drifted through this space as though it had always belonged there. There are moments, the caretaker continued, when life slows enough for us to feel where we are, even if we don't fully understand it. He rested a hand against the window, not pressing, just touching lightly. This stretch, he said, is for that. The wheels rolled on in complete silence. No clatter, no echo. Just movement without sound. Inside the car, warmth settled deeper. The heater released a steady, low hum that felt almost like a heartbeat. Slow, dependable, calm. You became aware of your own breathing again, not because it needed attention, but because it had naturally grown slower, deeper, easier. The caretaker moved among the crates once more, but now his actions felt different. Less sorting, more checking. He opened a lid carefully, peered inside, then closed it again, satisfied. These letters, he said quietly, already know where they belong. He smiled faintly. They're simply enjoying the journey now. You watched the snow outside swirl gently in the train's wake. There was no sense of forward urgency, no feeling of being pulled toward anything, only a peaceful continuation. Your thoughts, once quick and restless, now felt heavier, not weighed down, but settled, like snow resting on branches instead of falling endlessly. The caretaker returned to his seat, folding a wool blanket across his lap. He gestured gently toward the empty seat beside you, where another folded blanket rested. Comfort helps the mind loosen, he said simply. The blanket was thick and warm, carrying the faint scent of clean fabric and old wood. As you settled into it, your body seemed to recognize the moment and relax without instruction. This is often where people remember things. The caretaker said, his voice lower now, not sharply, not painfully, just softly. He paused. Memories don't always want attention, he continued. Sometimes they just want permission to exist quietly. Outside, a cluster of pine trees appeared, their branches bowed under snow, their dark shapes calm and unmoving. Lantern light from the train brushed across them for just a moment. Then they slipped back into darkness. You felt a gentle sense of understanding, not about anything specific, Not a realization that needed words, just a sense that everything you had carried, every unfinished thought, every lingering question, had found a place to rest for the night. The caretaker leaned back and closed his eyes briefly, not sleeping, just listening to the stillness. "The train will continue," he said softly. "It always does. But for now," he added, "it's enough to be exactly here." The lantern flickered once more, then steadied. Snow fell. The fields stretched on. And the train, moving without sound, carried warmth letters and quiet understanding through the heart of winter, without asking anything in return. The train continued its slow glide through the open winter fields, as if time itself had decided to walk instead of run. Nothing outside hurried. The snow did not fall faster, nor did the moon climb more quickly through the sky. Everything moved at exactly the pace it needed. Inside the carriage, the warmth felt deeper now, no longer just physical, but emotional, like the comfort of being somewhere safe, without needing to explain why. The lantern's glow rested softly on the wooden walls, revealing small details you hadn't noticed before, faint scratches on the floorboards from years of quiet footsteps, brass hooks polished smooth by countless coats hung with care, and the subtle grain of the wood, each line telling a story without words. The caretaker stood again, moving even more slowly than before, as though he didn't want to disturb the stillness that had settled so perfectly. He opened a narrow side cabinet and removed a small kettle, already warm, already ready, as if it had been waiting for this exact moment. "There's something about warmth," he said gently, placing two simple metal cups on the small table. "It reminds the body that it doesn't need to stay alert forever." He poured quietly. No steam rushed upward. No sound of boiling broke the calm. The liquid simply filled the cups, dark and comforting, releasing a faint, grounding scent that felt familiar even if you couldn't name it. You wrapped your hands around the cup, feeling heat spread slowly into your palms. The sensation traveled upward, loosening places in your shoulders you hadn't realized were tight. You didn't sip right away. There was no need to hurry. Outside, the landscape subtly changed. The wide open fields began to rise and fall gently, forming soft hills covered in untouched snow. Fence lines appeared occasionally, half buried, tracing faint lines through the white. They looked less like boundaries and more like reminders that paths once existed and that they could again when the time was right. The train doesn't stop here, the caretaker said, almost thoughtfully. But it listens. He tilted his head slightly, as if tuning into something beyond sound. This part of the journey, he continued, is where the mind learns it doesn't need to solve everything tonight. The words settled easily, not as advice, not as instruction, just as truth. The wheels beneath the floor seemed to glide more than roll. You could barely feel motion now. It was as if the train floated through the snow rather than cutting through it. You took a slow sip from the cup. The warmth spread gently through your chest, then outward, like a soft ripple across calm water. Your breathing followed naturally, slower in, slower out, without effort, without counting. The caretaker returned to the crates once more, but this time he didn't open them. He simply rested his hand on one, then another, acknowledging their presence. These letters, he said quietly, carry things people were ready to let go of. He smiled faintly, not forget, just rest. Outside the window, a distant signal light glowed amber through the falling snow. The train passed it without slowing further, and the light faded behind you, leaving no urgency in its wake. You noticed how quiet your thoughts had become, not empty, just spaced out, like snowflakes falling far apart instead of all at once. The caretaker sat again, this time further back, giving the space a sense of openness. He wrapped his blanket more snugly around himself and looked toward the window, not searching for anything, simply watching. There's no destination you need to reach tonight, he said softly. The journey itself is doing the work. The heater hummed steadily, low and reassuring. The lantern cast long, gentle shadows that swayed slightly with the train's motion, like slow, moving thoughts drifting across the mind before dissolving. Your eyelids felt heavier now, not forced, not pulled downward, just naturally tired, like they'd done enough for one day. Outside, the snow thickened again. The flakes larger, slower, softer. The world beyond the glass seemed to blur into a watercolor of whites and silvers, edges melting into one another. This is where people begin to drift. The caretaker murmured, "Not away, just inward." You leaned back slightly, the blanket warm around your shoulders, the seat supporting you without pressure. Your body settled into the moment, adjusting itself in tiny, instinctive ways until everything felt just right. The train moved on, steady and soundless. The letters rested. The night held. And somewhere between the glow of the lantern and the quiet fall of snow, the mind learned that it was safe to loosen its grip. Just for now, the train no longer felt like it was moving through the world. It felt as if the world itself was gently passing by the train. Inside the carriage, the air had settled into a deeper stillness, the kind that arrives late at night, when everything that needed to be said has already been said, and nothing more is required. The lantern's glow had softened even further, its light no longer reaching sharply across the space, but resting quietly, like a hand placed reassuringly on a shoulder. Your breathing had slowed without instruction. In and out, each breath felt longer than the last, as though time had decided to stretch itself, to make room for rest. The caretaker stood one final time, though even this movement was barely noticeable. He adjusted the lantern wick slightly, lowering the flame just enough to deepen the shadows without letting the warmth fade. The carriage responded immediately, wrapping itself in a more intimate quiet. "This is the part of the journey," he said in a voice almost indistinguishable from the hum of the train, "where the body remembers how to sleep." He did not look directly at you as he spoke. There was no need. His words were not meant to be received with attention, but with acceptance. Outside, the snow began to fall straighter now. Fewer swirls, fewer sudden changes in direction. Each flake descended calmly, landing wherever it landed, unconcerned with where it had been before. The tracks ahead were invisible beneath the white, yet the train followed them perfectly, without hesitation. You noticed how supported you felt. The seat beneath you held your weight evenly. The blanket rested without pressing. The warmth stayed constant, neither rising nor fading. Your thoughts, once scattered and restless, had grown quieter, not silenced, but spaced so far apart that each one dissolved before the next arrived. There was nothing left to solve, nothing waiting for an answer tonight. The caretaker returned to his seat and closed his eyes, as if giving permission for the night to deepen fully. The crates of letters remained untouched, their presence now feeling ceremonial rather than mysterious, a quiet archive of things already released. The train passed through a narrow valley, and for a brief moment, the moonlight spilled directly into the carriage, pale and silver, brushing across the floorboards and the edges of the seats. Then it moved on, leaving the space even calmer than before. Your eyelids grew heavy again, not suddenly, not forcefully, just naturally, like dusk becoming night. The hum beneath you became almost rhythmic, like a distant lullaby with no melody, only comfort. Each vibration felt smaller than the last, until you could barely tell where your body ended and the warmth began. If sleep comes, the caretaker whispered, let it. No expectation followed the words. No instruction, only permission. The train continued its soundless passage through the winter, carrying warmth through the cold, stillness through the dark. Somewhere far behind you, stations faded, lights dimmed, and the world slowly tucked itself in. And here, in this quiet carriage, wrapped in gentle motion and softer thoughts, you didn't need to arrive anywhere at all. You were already exactly where rest lies. Now, there is nothing left to follow. The train continues on its gentle path, but you no longer need to notice it. The rhythm beneath you has become so soft, so familiar, that it blends completely with your breathing. Slow, steady, unhurried. In this moment, you are held by warmth, held by quiet, held by the simple comfort of being exactly where you are. Outside, the winter night stretches endlessly, a wide and peaceful blanket of snow and sky. The world has lowered its voice. Even time itself seems to have slowed, moving carefully so as not to disturb you. You do not need to think about where the train is going. You do not need to remember where it has been. Everything important has already been carried for you. If there are thoughts still drifting nearby, let them pass like distant lights seen from a window. You do not have to reach for them. You do not have to name them. They are just moving through and then gently away. Your body knows what to do now. It knows how to soften the muscles you've been holding. It knows how to release the weight behind your eyes. It knows how to let the breath deepen and slow and widen into rest. The warmth around you remains constant, steady as a quiet promise. The blanket does not shift. The lantern does not flicker. Nothing asks anything of you. Here there is no hurry. Here there is no expectation. Just the calm certainty that you are safe enough to sleep. Somewhere far ahead, the train will arrive at a place meant only for night. A place with no platforms, no announcements, no clocks. But you do not need to stay awake for that. You are allowed to drift before arrival. Allowed to let the edges of this story blur, like snow falling in the dark, like breath fading into dreams. The sounds grow softer still, until they feel more like memory than movement. If sleep is already taking you, let it. If you are hovering gently on the edge, let that be enough too. There is nothing to finish, nothing to complete, nothing you need to hold on to. Just rest, just warmth, just the quiet comfort of knowing that everything, for now, is taken care of. And as the winter mail train continues its silent journey through the night, you can let go and sink and sleep peacefully, deeply, naturally. Good night.